Welcome, one and all. How's everyone doing out there on this Boxing Day? Yes, it is Boxing Day in Canada. All you fellow Canadians know exactly what I'm talking about. This is our Black Friday, where consumerism reigns at the top of the day and people go wild. Well, not so much as they used to in the past. In the past, it was a lot crazier. Again, I remember getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning on the 26th Boxing Day, heading out to the local electronic stores in Canada. It was a place called Future Shop, which was the American kind of Circuit City or Best Buy. And yeah, waiting in line an hour at 6 a.m., waiting for them to open up at 7 o'clock to go in and get that $2 off that DVD or that video game. Never really kind of went in for the big ticket items because you know how it works. They have one or two items that they put on sale, this TV for like $300 and there's like two of them in stock and the first two people in line get them. So yeah, consumerism at its finest. Happy Boxing Day. And as 27 McCoolin says, return of the Premier League. So all you football fans out there, it is the return of the Premier League. In Canada, sports-wise, it is the beginning of one of the biggest hockey events that we have in Canada. We have something called the World Junior Tournament. And it's not only held in Canada, sometimes it's hosted by other countries, Sweden, Russia, the United States. But every year at this time, we have an under 18 and under tournament where all the high-level hockey players that play in the Canadian Hockey League, the American leagues that are 18 or younger, they try out for this World Junior Tournament. And it's all the elite players. It's all the players that are going to get drafted in the next year and go on to the NHL. And yeah, it is a fun time for hockey fans that enjoy hockey at a youth level. I always prefer the junior level of hockey, whether it was growing up going to the Medicine Hat Tiger games, to the Edmonton Oil Kings, the Kamloops Blazers. I enjoy that hockey because kids are fighting for something. They're not fighting for a paycheck. They're not playing for millions of dollars. They are fighting to get to that next level. So the World Junior Tournament, which starts today and goes on till, the first week in January sometime, always an exciting event. So whatever your sporting love is, the NFL is kicking out, getting close to the playoffs, and each game is more meaningful for those teams on the bubble. If you're an NFL fan, great time for you. Hockey fan, World Juniors, football, you got the Premier League starting up. So yeah, there's always something going on sports-wise. So if I fits, I sits. Happy Boxing Day for you Canadians. Happy shopping, even though we've kind of been taken over by the Black Friday. As of a few years ago, we have Black Friday as well. We kind of copy America because a lot of our, retail stores are American. So we have the same sales or similar sales. So Boxing Day in Canada is kind of taking a back seat. It's not as hyped up. It's not as popular as it used to be. And of course, the online shopping has taken a bite out of getting out of your house and going to shop as well. Welcome, Radman, to the program today. You're finally in a division without any whales. So you got a bunch of small fish in your division, huh? Well, I'm telling you, for my teams, this is going to be one heck of a slugfest in all my teams and the divisions they're in. So you've got sounds like an easier path this week, Radman. My path is going to get dirty. It's going to get bloody. It's going to be really interesting, but it's fun. There's a lot of rivalries in my division. So we'll go through all three teams a little bit later and kind of show you how we did yesterday and where we're headed in this next week. First, I want to start off because this is the first time I've streamed since I kicked off the marathon on Thursday. So I want to thank you guys, all of you guys, for tuning into the marathon and watching and supporting the fellow streamers. You guys are awesome. I kind of checked in on a few as the day went on, and I saw a lot of people interacting and chatting, leaving comments, following the people. So hopefully you got a chance to catch all of the streamers on Thursday and, give them a follow, give them a few words of encouragement. They do a lot, and you didn't get to see all the affiliates. You only got to see a portion. And I want to thank those affiliates that reached out and said, hey, I'd love to be part of the stream, but, I've got work, which completely understandable because Thursday, is a work day for many people. And some of us have the opportunity to work from home or are a little bit older and, are not working as much as we used to. But I want to thank not only those that did participate, the affiliates, but those that wanted to and to be part of this. And hopefully, in the future, we will, do something similar. We've got some plans. There's some ideas kicking around. It won't be in the, it's not going to be next week, but it's going to be something that hopefully we can continue, because I have to tell you, I felt some energy not only on Thursday, but in the last few days, just with the community, with the game, with the company. I felt a lot of positive vibes with OOTP. And I hope you guys have as well. I hope you felt that, hey, in the last few days, something special has really gone on with this game. And maybe you got more involved in it. And yeah, it's pretty cool to be part of that. So again, thank you to all the affiliates that participated. You saw Gorgo, Tetsuiji was the long relief man. He came in for a couple hours. EVC and NYC2, Nersha Benko, Tranquil Farms, DA186, Your Kidneys, Yukar and Kazami. Thank you guys again for participating. And of course, Dish for closing it off with the Immortal series. And again, the idea was just to do kind of 1 hour streams and just to quickly rotate through a lot of streamers. I apologize for those that didn't get all their content in. They could have went on for a couple hours, but maybe a 24-hour marathon is something we think about in the future. But I just wanted everyone to get a taste of, the different streamers that are out there for OOTP. So again, thank you so much. If you didn't catch it when I kicked it off, it was really cool. Thanks to Gorgo and Tetsuiji and EVC and Your Kidneys, who were willing to come on at the very beginning and kind of show themselves and, kickstart this marathon that we had. So if you didn't catch my stream, I'm sure it's saved on Twitch from Thursday. You might want to watch the first 5 to 10 minutes as we have a nice little conversation about what was coming ahead in that day. So thank you again. Specifically, big shout out to the affiliates that were able to come on stream, and Tranquil Farms came on a little bit later to kind of talk about things as well. Yeah, glad you guys enjoyed it. It was fun for me. I know a lot of the streamers had a lot of fun. You could tell, again, the energy that was there, the giveaways they were allowed to do. And I think it's really kind of rejuvenated the community, rejuvenated the followers, rejuvenated the affiliates. And I think we're going to see, a lot of cool streams by the affiliates in the upcoming rest of this version of the game and on to the next version in March or April, whenever that comes out. So again, wanted to start off with that because I haven't streamed since that day. And not only, the Thursday stream, but we saw that carry over into Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And a big shout out to those that were streaming on Christmas. Yesterday, I Rock This was on, Your Kidneys was on, Gorgo was on, Tranquil Farms, I think, might have been on for a while. So, big round of applause for those that were willing to give up some of yesterday to come on and be with you guys and play some OOTP. So again, it was just great all the way around. And one specific shout out is to Your Kidneys. I caught his stream yesterday, and what a guy. What a nice, generous affiliate that during his stream, he gifted out a sub to every affiliate channel. So if you caught his channel, you were able to enter in for a free 1-month subscription, and he went alphabetically through all the different affiliates and gave those affiliates a free subscription. And for my channel, it was Mr_Re416 who won the subscription for a month. So thank you to Mr. Re. Thank you to your kidneys. In fact, I'm going to leave a link to his Twitch. If you're not following him already, what are you doing? Go follow Kidneys, because he has great content. And that's the coolest thing about the affiliates. We all have our niche. We all have our way of presenting our program and things that we contribute to the community. And whether it's on a entertainment purpose, whether it's on a perfect team purpose, whether it's on a more theoretical kind of purpose, whether it's just drafting or checking in on our teams, we all have different ways of presenting the game. And there's so many other ways you can present it as well. So we have a really good, diverse, creative group of affiliates out there. So thank you so much. And I'm just the baby. I'm probably the newest affiliate. I just started around Halloween. So wonderful to be part of this group of experts and cool affiliates. So again, shout out to your kidneys for gifting those off. And not only did he gift one off to all the affiliates, but when Gorgo was streaming yesterday, he came on and gifted an additional five more to Gorgo. So definitely go give your kidneys a follow. And, if you have the ability to subscribe to streamers and get the little perks that go with it. Remember, if you belong to Prime, if you're a Prime member, Amazon, you get one free subscription a month that you can use on Twitch for whichever channel, whichever person you want to gift that to. So Prime members, non-Prime members, thank you again in this holiday season, Christmas season, whichever term you may use for everything you do to support us. Yes, there is my long-winded thank you. I'm not a guy that comes on and says, thank you guys, moving on. I don't know. I just like to expand a little bit. I saw a comment here, nerding out Jason Cleghorn, 1975. You just capped off your nerdness. Yeah, this week has felt like OOTP nerdness. Absolutely. And you installed your very nice outdoor weather station. So you got a weather station. Cool. Yeah, we have an older one we picked up at Costco a few years ago, but they seem to break down and you need new ones every few years. Speaking of weather, I'm glad you brought that up, Jason. I'm feeling a little bit better today because where I am, it is a minus 10 degrees Celsius or 14 degrees Fahrenheit, which is much better than it's been the last couple of weeks. We are getting a bunch of snow today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. So it's, what do you prefer, the snow or the cold weather? And for those of you that are in the US and part of that storm, that kind of Midwest or Eastern storm, I'm not sure exactly where it hit. I saw footage from Buffalo and from Minnesota. Wow. Talk about having to dig out. Again, I don't know exactly what it's like now and who it hit the hardest, but that was quite the storm. And BC, British Columbia on the west coast of Canada got hit pretty big as well over the last week. So snow. Jason, you had to drive from New Hampshire to Boston and it was brutal. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't have to be cold to be bad roads. Sometimes the worst roads are, right at that freezing mark. And you get that snow that comes down and you get the glare ice. And the problem too is that you get a slowdown of traffic. You get cars on a highway that are stopped. And if you have any kind of fog or haze or anything like that, and you're going at what you think is a good speed to go at, by the time you see those vehicles, and you slam on your brakes, it's too late. You're smacked, and it creates this chain reaction collision. So glad, Jason, that you made it in. Gorgo says that you got about 5 inches total, but it was the wind chill. Yeah, brutal wind chills. I hear you. We get those as well up here in Alberta. So you get the snow, you get the cold temperatures, and then you get those wind chills. And old guys like myself and Gorgo, we don't like going outside when it's brutal like that. We want our coffee, chocolate raspberry, or in my case, I've got a gingerbread Starbucks blend with, again, my butterscotch coffee syrup. What else do we got going on? Yeah, wind. We don't get as strong as winds as you guys do in the US. We're lucky if we get 30 or 35 miles an hour. Our strongest winds come in the summer, typically. So having to go through 65 mile an hour winds and driving through that on bad roads, wow. Radman, yeah, in Minnesota or Minneapolis, I think you're at. You're starting to get the warm up. Yeah, we're getting warm here, and hopefully that trend will continue all across North America. Yeah, I love my coffee. Always for my streams, I got the big mug, and it's delicious. As you know, Gorgo, I'm an espresso coffee pod guy, and yeah, it's tasty on this Boxing Day. Well, speaking of weather, I just like to do this. I like to get an idea of what's going on in the world in North America. And I converted to Celsius this time because we have some Canadian viewers. So because it's Boxing Day, Canadian viewers, you get to see the temps in Celsius. Woo! Victory. In terms of, major North American cities, we got San Diego, 18 degrees. Phoenix is at 13. Miami at 12. Cubs fan Steve is about 9 degrees Celsius. One of my favorite cities, New Orleans, which I've talked about, 9 degrees. And then when we get to the colder temperatures, the coldest in North America right now is Resolute Bay, way up north at about 32 degrees Celsius, minus 32. And Edmonton, remember last day on Thursday, Edmonton was second from the bottom? Well, Edmonton is a little further up at minus 10 degrees Celsius. So again, it's not too bad. Would you like to be in, Panama? Well, 30 degrees Celsius. Pretty appealing. Yeah. Yes, I have the reusable ones as well. So I get the pods from the boutique, and then I do have the little device where you can make your own. And yeah, sometimes I do that. Usually on non-stream days, I'll do that. But on stream days, as you know, Gorgo, we're always busy preparing, getting ready. And we are taking the easy way out on the stream days with the pods. Yeah, Minneapolis. Excellent. That's what I thought. This memory's still working a little bit. Don't forget, guys, this week is still double the pack drops. Yeah. OOTP, thank you so much. It wasn't just last week. It is this week as well. You should be receiving your double packs, a silver pack, a standard pack, all the way up to and including January 1st, which is a Sunday night. Of course, DishNet took the day off yesterday. Well deserved. Again, I can't thank DishNet enough for being the hype man. He is the best hype man, not only for the game and for his streams, but also for the affiliates hyping up, coming on their streams once in a while. And he's a workhorse. He's got his regular job, and then he's got his OOTP contributions too. So thank you again, DishNet. I believe he will be back on, I guess not till Thursday now. Would he be his next kind of OOTP stream with the new content? I don't think TJ is on tomorrow. I'm not sure if Rich is going to pop on again and give away his multitude of packs. But for right now, the next OOTP official channel stream, I believe, is not till Thursday. But stay tuned. We may see them again. Did he get himself another full-time gig? No, Gorgo. He got his old job back. There was a new buyer for his newspaper. So they're under new ownership and they're only publishing once a week. And he's been, I don't know if he rehired or kept on as one of their writers. So yeah, he's staying with the same newspaper. They're only publishing once a week. So I'm not sure what other duties he'll have, but great to see Dish. Because yeah, he was concerned, as you should be when your company says, you know what, we're shutting down. It's a new world out there when you have to go hunt for a new job. So yeah, excellent to hear that from DishNet. And yeah, he took today off. So if you were looking for the World Series last night, you didn't get it because he took Christmas Day off. Speaking of, because it wasn't broadcast and because I'm not in Perfect League, I didn't check the Discord, but I heard rumors that McNoosh, I believe, McNoosh Brigade won the Perfect Team World Series last night. If anyone knows for sure how that went down, yeah, leave a comment. But I think he was the winner of his first Perfect Team World Series. The Hauler confirms that. Went 7 games. A lot of these Perfect Team World Series are going 6 or 7 games. That's great to see. Highly competitive. And sometimes they're blowouts, but 7 games, yeah. You got to be proud of making it to the World Series. To making it to Perfect League, you got to be proud. To staying in Perfect League is even a bonus. But to go to Game 7 of a final, yeah, that's quite the accomplishment. So thank you, Hauler, for that. Some OOTP news. Let's go to their Twitter and let's see if anything is new today. A lot of times they'll post things as I'm streaming on Monday morning. But yeah, as Gorgo mentioned on his stream yesterday, a new card to chase. One with a diamond historical pack rate. So technically, it should be easier to pull than a perfect historical. And I believe you can get it in diamond packs as a diamond historical. 100 of them out there. I have not heard or seen of any pulled yet. And I love the card art. Very cool, to celebrate his birthday. I believe he was born on Christmas Day. So Ricky Henderson gets his 100 card. And if you haven't checked out the ratings on this card, you simply go to the card shop, look him up, and you can see he looks fantastic. I don't know if he'd replace the meta cards that are out there. The Sam Crawford, the Ted Williams, but he would be the best, the ideal choice to have a reserve spot. He can pinch hit. He can pinch run. He can come in and play defense. He would be my 4th outfielder, I think, in a meta situation, or very close to it at least. So good luck pulling those. I hope on your packs today you pull something awesome. I think that was the only news. Let me just double check here. Oops, yeah, that was the only news. The official channel, they have a banner, the sale. There's a sale. There is a sale on the game, and there is a sale on perfect points and different packs that you can get as well. So I'm going to just chop that into the chat. If you want to go visit OOTP's official website and check out everything they've got going on. The hockey version, FHM, is on sale, 33% out, which is great because it just came out, I believe, about a month ago or just over a month ago. I've got all the FHM, except I think I might have missed like number 4 or something. I wait until these sales come on as a hockey fan, and I can't wait until FHM goes perfect, until they have perfect packs, and I can play this game like the baseball game. It's probably still a few years away, but I hope that is in the plans because it is a fun sim as well. So check them out there. And if you haven't, you can also go to their website and you can use a link, which I'll put in the chat. And if you've played Perfect Team last year or the year before, you can go and look up all your different teams. You have to enter in your team name. And when you click on it, you can find out your record, your statistics, and even some of the cards that you had. So you can check that out with the link that I posted in the chat. All right, some real baseball news before we get to our first break, and then we'll get into the OOTP action. On the 23rd, bunch of different things. We're not going to go through them all because that was a few days ago, but I do want to talk about a couple of Jays moves because Jays are my team. And they put Anthony Kay on waivers. They were picked up by Cubs fan Steve's team on the 23rd. And also the Jays made a big upgrade getting Varsho from Arizona, giving up Gurriel Jr. and Marino. So, it's probably a good trade when both fans don't like it or when both fans like it and think that they've won. So I like it. I think it's a good upgrade for the Blue Jays. I think it's a trade they could afford to make. They got to be competitive with the Red Sox, with the Yankees, with Tampa Bay, Baltimore getting better and younger. Yeah, they have to make some moves. So that was on the 23rd. On the 24th, not much action. Couple moves by the Cubs. They signed another depth pitcher, Drew Smyly, and also designated another pitcher. And yesterday, nothing happening as it should be. And today, nothing as of yet. So those have been some of the moves in real life baseball. Well, guys, we are going to take our break and then come back, talk about some cards, talk about my teams and how they did yesterday, and talk about the restructuring of my giveaways that OOTP has asked me to do. So we'll see you in about 90 seconds. Message from our sponsors. All right, we are back. Thank you guys for tuning in, and want to shout out some of my recent followers and subscribers, because without you guys, this doesn't happen. I would not want to stream to, just my mom. No, my mom is not on Twitch, but if she was the only person available, it'd be like, Mom, can you create a Twitch account? Because I want to talk baseball. So thank you guys for tuning in. A lot of new followers on Thursday, which I think I shouted out most of them on that day. But since I streamed on Thursday, Devil in the Night, if Devil in the Night is here, thank you for the follow from a few days ago. BPHILB, BP Hilb, BP Hilb. Okay, thank you for the follow a couple days ago. Once again, thank you to your kidneys for giving a free subscription to Mr. Real 416. Gorgo, thank you so much, Gorgo, for resubscribing for your one or tier number 1 and using my best kind of imitation of all the cool different songs you can put out there. As Tina Turner would say, you're simply the best, better than all the rest, better than anyone. That's all I know. So there you go, Gorgo. I think it's from a Mad Max movie that song was on. I don't want to sing too much and get copyright infringement. And next time I'll warn you so you can put some earplugs in. Thank you so much, Gorgo, for the resubscription. Again, you guys are amazing. I'm still kind of learning this whole Twitch thing out, but hopefully getting better all the time. All right. I don't think I missed anyone else. Let me just double check here. No, that seems to be good. All right, recapping a few more things. Didn't quite get in before the break, but things I wanted to talk about. A lot of you are chasing Plat 4 cards. I know every time Gorgo opens packs, he keeps his plat 4, and I do as well if they're not duplicates, or even if there are duplicates for speculation. These are high quality cards, good artwork, and missions will be coming out very soon. I don't know if it'll be this week. We'll find out tomorrow. We'll get a little teaser about what content is on Thursday. My guess is either this week, next week, or no later in that third week. So we're looking 1 to 3 weeks before we get missions. And the thing about the Platinum series, guys, is every single topper card from the Platinum 1, 2, and 3 have been playable, have had endurance, have had meta capabilities. Number 1, let's talk about number 1. I believe was Jerry Royce. Can someone confirm that? Number 3, was it Ted Williams? Was Ted Williams Platinum number 3? And number 2, was it Luke Appling? Were those the 3? Royce, Appling, and Ted Williams? Seems to me, I get them confused with the Cooperstown and with all these other missions, but I think that's the 3. So there we go. Yeah, Cobra and Cicero confirm. And all 3 of those still can play in Perfect League, right at the highest levels. Even Royce. I know Royce might be the weakest of the 3 right now, but you can just imagine what's coming along. My guess is another pitcher. We've had 2 hitters, 1 pitcher. Probably going to be, that would be my guess, but who knows? It could, like Jerry Royce is not a guy you would expect to be made into a elite meta kind of pitcher. So it could be someone, not your Satchel Paige or your, Maddox, Pedro Martinez. It might be someone a little bit less likely. Maybe we get Steve Carlton. Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, I could see that. Or maybe we get the peak Clayton Kershaw. I don't know if we have a peak yet. I know we have the championship card. But of course, we know who EVC would like. We got a Jerry Royce. Could we get a Fernando as the topper? Yeah, exactly. Rob Deere and headlights and Mr. Audit, constantly you guys talk about how tough and expensive. I haven't completed any of them. They are cheaper ultimately to get on the card shop. You can pick them up for, under probably 400,000. I think Royce right now you can get probably for under 200,000. So Williams is still, pretty good holding his value. I'm not sure about Appling. He might be under 200,000 now as well. So much cheaper if you can wait a month and a half to get them off the card shop. And Cobra is saying, no Dodgers. Cobra, who is your team? I forget who your team is. I know EVC is the Dodgers. Gorgo's the Reds. Tesuigi's the Jays and the redacted league teams. Appling still 375. Wow. I think I have seen him cheaper, but it's all about timing. So yeah, keep those platinum cards, iron, bronze, gold, silver, perfect if you happen to pull them, because they are going to go up in value once the missions are released, because it's going to be a hot card. My guess is a pitcher. All time is a 79 Pirates. Well, Cobra, make sure you tune in on Thursday. Make sure you tune in the first half of the show on Thursday. Not, it's not like I'm bringing on Willie Stargell, but we're going to do something fun that I think you might enjoy on Thursday. Now the Brewers and the D-backs. Yeah, 2 good choices. Royce, Cubs fan Steve says, is selling for about 150. Yeah, I wouldn't say he's a top 5 pitcher anymore. Top 10 maybe towards that bottom of that top 10. But again, it all depends on what's your ballpark. What are your factors? Are you a BABIP ballpark? Are you a home run ballpark? Are you lefty cheese, righty cheese? Sometimes when people ask, who is the best pitchers that I can get? Well, that answer changes, right? It all depends on the team build that you have. Once you know your team build and your ballpark factors, then you go after the pitchers that are likely to give you more success. So that's the answer I always give if they say, well, I've got 200,000. Which pitcher should I buy? It could be one of 5 different pitchers that you should buy. Your ballpark and how you want to maintain that ballpark going forward comes into play. Of course, you can go out and you can get the Satchel Paige. He's going to be great in most ballparks. But for most of us that change our settings, you want certain types of players. And that goes for hitters too. Lefty hitters, righty hitters, defense. Do you want offense? All depends on your ballpark. If you have a ballpark with minimum home run factors, 0.900, why are you going and getting all the power guys? Like, it doesn't make sense. Build your team around your ballpark. And in fact, maybe tomorrow I'll go more into the ballpark factors for the new players, because a lot of you might not be aware that you can create your own ballpark. You got your maximum and your minimum. Maybe we'll go through that a little bit on tomorrow's stream. Typo alert. Oh, level 10 was 103. Okay. Royce is 150. No Ted Williams for sale. Yeah. Thanks, guys, for the updates on that. Also have to shout out EVC. Maybe the stream of the year in terms of packable content on stream. If you caught him on Friday, he started early. He usually starts at 3:30. He came on, I think, at maybe 1:30, and it was good for him. He had a great day as the rest of us watched in jealousy and envy amongst all his teams of about 200 or 300 packs. EVC pulled 5 historical perfects. And even I decided, hey, he's pulling all these perfects. I'm going to open some packs. Usually I leave them for my streams, but I said, he is on such a roll. If there's something with the game that on day before Christmas, they change the odds, hashtag conspiracy theory, I'm going to go and open some packs. So as EVC was presenting, you can see him on the right-hand side. I opened packs and I got a perfect on my Jim Unknown Blue Jays. And it was the historical Ed Delahanty. Thanks again to someone that pointed out how to pronounce that properly. Ed Delahanty, the tragic story that we heard about as well as about Ed Delahanty. So yeah, it was a great day. Other people came on and said, hey, I pulled this or I pulled that card or that card. So there were a lot of the new cards. I can't believe how many of the Thursday cards were pulled on Friday. A ton of them. Pages, Gibsons, Delahantys, Dish on Thursday night pulled McGraw. So many of the new cards were pulled. Yeah, you got Jack and less Jack. So is that your new theme team? You're going to convert from the Reed Sox and go to the Jack and Jackless team? Hey, Mr. Audit, I did see in Discord, I think it was you that posted. I haven't checked my teams today. One of my teams is in the Theme Team Diamond League. Did they get placed with all you theme teamers? That's going to be brutal because you guys are competitive. Well, Wildcat Bandit, I hope that your pack luck changes, getting your 10 packs today and tomorrow and the next day. Have faith. Have faith, young man. If you're young, those pack logs will change. They did. Was it the Gladiators, do you remember? Or was it the Blue Jays? Because both of them, I think, are in Diamond. I'll have to check that out a little bit later. Both. Oh, all right. Speaking of packs, Wildcat and other new, if you're a new user, please go check out my 2 tutorials. It is not the Bible of winning packs. You can create 30 different teams and all of them can do well. But as a beginner, it's a good way to start and look at some of the meta iron and meta cards that can help you. Again, I do not profess to know all the answers, but they do well for me. And I generate between 70 and 100 packs a week just by playing the quick tournaments. You can try silver, you can try gold, you can try weeklies, whatever you want, but that is something you might want to check out. And also, a shout out to fellow affiliate I Rock This, who is a mind of minds when it comes down to roster construction. So on his channel, often he will break down Ace of Bronze or Ace of Iron or Ace of Silver or Live Bronze. He'll break them down as well and give you his suggestions. He uses a lot of stats and numbers. I go off of intuition and just looking off results. I love stats, but I don't have the time to do a lot of spreadsheets and calculations. I'll leave that to the pros. So yeah, go check out iRock and some of his previous streams about creating these tournaments. And yes, I do put my Twitch streams on YouTube as well. So if you are on YouTube, you might want to go and check those out. Over 100 OOTP, including the 1 marathon hour that I posted up. So I will put that in the chat as well if you enjoy YouTube. So any likes or following or subscriptions there would be much valued as well. I talked about restructuring my giveaways. When I applied for the marathon last week, one of the things that headquarters, HQ, as I like to call them, or ops, one of the things they mentioned in their response to me is they want me to go away from giving away perfect points. So I think they will probably eventually reach out to all streamers about abandoning the perfect point giveaways. They want to start going to packs. And we've seen that, right? We've seen that in the last few weeks where EVC gave away packs for, guessing content. We gave away packs on the marathon day. So my giveaways are going to change a little bit. Instead of 10,000 perfect points every Thursday, when I do giveaways, courtesy of OOTP, I will be giving away packs now. And they have allowed me to give away 20 packs. I am going to distribute that amongst 2 winners. I want to spread the wealth. So rather than one person getting them all, 2 of you that enter and get drawn will get 10 packs each. So again, I can't thank OOTP HQ enough for allowing me to do these giveaways. And stay tuned to the end of the episode for your chance to win some packs. And I want to thank the development team for getting out the marathon packs extremely quickly. I think the winners might have had them late that night or at the latest the next morning. So thank you so much to the team for, I submitted all the names and checked all the spelling of your usernames. And, within a couple hours, I think they were distributed to the people that won during the marathon. So thank you again, OOTP. They probably don't watch our streams, but if they happen to watch them, and make sure you guys reach out, whether it's on Discord, whether it's an email, and thank them. I'm sure they like to, get some feedback on the affiliates and the giveaways. And they have gone, since I've been an affiliate, far and beyond what it was 3 or 4 months ago in terms of the generosity from headquarters. So thank you again so much, OOTP, and allowing me to do these giveaways. All right. I'm going to start with my theme team today. Yes, lights, camera, action. Started off in the entry pool. We went to rookie. where we went to game 7, and with a 1-run lead in the 9th inning and 2 outs, the New York Metropolitans theme team came back with a 3-run inning, and they beat us in the bottom of the 9th in rookie. And I said, you are my new rival. For this team, you are my rival. I'm coming to get you. And so we both advanced to Stone, and on Sunday, we had the Stone playoffs. And guess what? My team and the New York Metropolitans met up in the World Series. And of course, I was busy doing holiday activities and traveling around and meeting family. I did not check in very much on OOTP after about 5 p.m. Eastern. So I came home late at night. It was like 11 o'clock my time last night, 1 a.m. Eastern. And I logged in. And as I always do, I just watched the highlights of my last game played, because I know the results from watching the highlights. If I've lost that game, I didn't win the World Series. If I win it, well, it's glory. So as I like to do, and I've done this throughout my streams, is if I ever make a World Series with any of my teams, I like to kind of replay it. And bear with me, guys. I'm going to call, win or lose, Game 7 of the World Series. Us and the Metropolitans. So we were in our home ballpark. The ballpark is the Sound a lot. And we have Clayton Kershaw on the mound, and they are up with Brett Butler at the plate. So here we go. Let's replay this last game. And yeah, pretty cool that 2 years in a row that we met up against each other. And again, I usually will record this while I still have access to the file, because once Monday rolls around, you don't have that access anymore. Yeah, it's looking a little bit choppy on my end here. And that might be because it is a recording of a long video. Oh, it seems to have leveled out a little bit. So I'm just going to skip ahead. It is 6-6. Bottom of the 13th. I am biting my nails galore as we keep duking it out. I take the lead, they come back. I take the lead, they come back. We are now in the top of the 14th. I have my mission, Pedro Martinez, on the mound, and they, I believe, have Nolan Ryan, the mission edition. So, of course, my second baseman boots the first one, and then they fly out. I'll take that. They've got Jay Bell at the plate. 2 on, 1 out, and Jay Bell goes down swinging. The third best Pedro Martinez gets the strikeout. Carl Everett at the plate, top of 14, and Everett hits a weak grounder to second, and that's it for the Mets in the top of 14. We head to the bottom of 14. They now have Diaz. Not the strongest Diaz, but they have one of the Diaz's on the mound. And up to the plate, we have Rod Carew, who gets a single. We lead off the 14th with a single. Next up, Don Mattingly, who is on fire. He's had a really good run in the playoffs. And here comes the pitch, and Mattingly hits a deep ball. And that is it. A walk-off 2-run shot by Don Mattingly. And lights, camera, action take the World Series. Look at the box score quickly. Again, we take the lead. They tied up right away, back and forth. If we look at the playoff tree, lights, camera, action, we won in 4 games. So I had no clue if it was game 7, game 6. I go and look at the tree, and we didn't play the wild card. We won 3 straight against Sonic Youth. We won 4-0 in the conference championship, and then we won the World Series in 4 games. My best, even though it's a lower league, it's Stone, 11-0 in the playoffs. I will take it. I will consider that a success, and I will take that little Stone logo that they give. And New York Mets Metropolitans, we're all even up now. 1-1. Hopefully we'll see you again for round number 3. So thanks, Cub fan Steve. Yeah, it was fun. I always value every championship equally, whether it's diamond or gold or even stone, because there's a lot of good teams that you have to get through to get past there. Now let's talk about my theme team. I'm going to let EVC talk more about it tomorrow because it did win a World Series. He will mention it. But I want to talk about a little bit about my roster construction. These are all players that have appeared in a TV show, a movie, theatrical production, a game show before 1985. It cannot include baseball games because sometimes ESPN will like make a tribute DVD that it can't include that. It can't include archive footage, and it can't include television commercials. So it's got to be them actually, in front of cameras and playing a part, even if they're playing themselves, but they've got to be in some sort of production. And yes, everyone, Cobra likes the win. So a little bit about my construction. I want to take you back to a stream I did probably about a week and a half ago. You may remember this. If you were tuning in that day, I pulled the perfect card with my cowboy hat on. I got to wear that cowboy hat more apparently. And I pulled the perfect card. And that perfect card was none other than Sam Crawford. I don't know if you guys were here when I pulled that card on stream, but it was the highest value card I've ever pulled. I pulled a Jackie Robinson early in this version. I pulled some other perfect cards, but value-wise, this was my top card I ever pulled. And this was on the theme team. So I went back and forth, keep him, sell him, because he did qualify. He was in a acting kind of role. So I could have kept him. Put him on the shop, took him off. Put him on, took him off. And ultimately I decided, after seeing a couple sell in the high 600,000s, I decided to sell them and put them on the card shop. So I listed them for 725,000 perfect points. It was about 20,000 above level 10. And after a couple days, it sold. Once you take off taxes, it works out to about, I'm rounding to about 675, 650, somewhere in that range. It's a good chunk of perfect points. So because I was able to sell him, and then a few streams later, I pulled a perfect Billy Pierce, who I sold for about 55,000. That gave me just over 700,000 perfect points to help create a better theme team. That's how I went about constructing this team that went 11-0 in the playoffs. So we will get to that team. I will show you that team in just a little bit. I'll show you kind of the additions that I made to that team. But we do have a ad break coming up in about a minute, so I don't want to miss that. So I'll wait till after the ad break, and just want to do a refresh. Sometimes right about now, OOTP announces something, but because of the holidays, we might not see any new announcement today. And yeah, that Ricky Henderson. Hence, I've got I had to go back to the athletic jersey because we will be opening packs on the perfect team or on the theme team a little bit later. So you got to put on the jersey. hashtag conspiracy theory, and you have to open some packs hoping to pull one of those Ricky Hendersons. I don't know if any of you have seen any posted yet. I don't know. Last time I checked, there were none on the card shop. So we'll see you guys in 90 seconds. Here is our second ad break. Oh, look at that beautiful card. What a wonderful card it would be to pull. I might even just keep it just for the collectability, just for the card art. Being able to go back to my team and look at that year after year, that would be pretty cool. So yes, that is the new 100 limited edition Ricky Henderson. My guess is it's going to be like the Albert Pujols. If you remember, Pujols was 100, and it took a long time for that one to get the last one pulled. Like it took a long time. And I'm thinking Ricky Henderson will be the same, where it's going to take at least 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. I think we could see this card in packs right up until February sometime. Because of the low pull rate, just like Pujols, it could be a while before all 100 is pulled. And like I said, I don't know if any have been pulled out of packs yet. At least none that I've seen posted. All right, let's get back to it. Remember, towards the end of the stream, I will be doing the new giveaway, 10 packs to 2 different users. So stay tuned to get entered in that. All right, back to the construction of my theme team. If you're a new player, and if you're in gold or beyond, and you pull a high priced card, my recommendations, again, this is just my recommendation, is that you sell it and use that perfect points to build other pieces of your team. Yes, it's a great card. Sam Crawford is wonderful. He can play in Perfect League. But the pieces you could add is going to improve your team much more so than that one card. Now, if you're in Diamond or Perfect League, maybe you keep it because it's going to help you quite a bit. But if you're in gold or under, I would suggest sell it while you can. If you pull one of these cards that are worth over 500,000 perfect points. So I had my Crawford, which I sold for 650 gain. My Pierce, which I sold for 55,000 gain. So that's 705,000 I was able to pull from these 2 cards. 2 cards, 705,000 perfect points. Now remember, I'm in stone. 1 card, 2 cards will help, but it won't make me that dominant team. So I sold off Crawford, I sold off Billy Pierce, and I went shopping. And that's fun to do. And because I already had a 90, I think it's a 94 Roger Clemens, maybe it's a 92, but I had the second best Roger Clemens, who has been in TV. I saw there was a limited edition one for about 400,000. And I know Mr. Audit got one of these last week. So I put a buy order in, 312,000. And it sat and it sat and it sat. And then one morning I woke up and noticed he was on my reserve. Roger Clemens. So that was one of the big purchases I made. He qualified for the team. I think it's an elite card. I don't know if it's top 5 pitcher, but where I'm at in stone, it's an elite card. Then I said, I need to upgrade my infield because I was running, I was running a silver and a gold infield. I have Derek Jeter, a gold Derek Jeter, and I think it was a pie trainer or something like that. So I said, I'm going to upgrade my infield. I'm going to get a really good defensive shortstop who can hit a little bit, and I want a better third baseman. So I went out and got a very good valued for minimum Dave Concepcion, who is better than my gold Derek Jeter. Good defense. He can hit the ball. And this is Stone. He is going to do very well in Stone. And then I looked for a third baseman. And through the great advice of Kidneys and the information that he puts out, I noticed that one of the most affordable third basemen out there was Manny Machado. He's not the best. He's not George Brett Cooperstown. He's not Brooks Robinson or even a couple others. But he is one of the top 10 third basemen. So I picked him up for $99K. Then my next focus on the team was pitching, because I was running mission pitchers. I was running Clemens. I was running Pedro Martinez, Curt Schilling. So I said, I've got Roger Clemens as my ace, my stud. I want to add some depth. So I went out, put in a buy order on Sandy Koufax. There was one listed for, I think, $120K. I put a buy order of 99. And within a day, someone filled it. So thank you. Because this is another elite pitcher who still plays in perfect league. For $99K, that is a great deal, in my opinion, on Sandy Koufax. So he's in. And then just before the finals yesterday, just before I had to leave, I knew I made the finals. I just didn't know how I did in it. I thought, oh, I got Curt Schilling as my number 4 guy. I need someone better. And so I went on the card shop and I looked for players that would qualify. And I saw Vida Blue there for about 39,000. And I said, you know what? I'm going to pick him up. He could be a dominant number 4 guy in the Stone playoffs. Considering what you would have to do to finish the mission for perfect Vida, great deal. So I ended up with a couple lefties and a couple righties, and that solidified my pitching. And then catching, I had Johnny Bench and Sandy Alomar Jr., a bronze Sandy Alomar Jr. So I said I can't go into the playoffs with that. So I think it was Saturday. Yeah, Saturday I went hunting around and I saw Mike Piazza for 29,000. No, he was 33,000, and I put a buy order of 29,000. So I've got Piazza and Bench, and I know they're both suited to one side of the plate as hitters, but he's better than Sandy Alomar. It's a better battery, and I can fix it later. I can sell off Bench, or I could sell off Piazza at a later time. So I improved the catching. And earlier in the week, using some of that perfect points, I was about 50% done Tris Speaker mission. So I went and I bought Cleon Jones for $110K. I paid the buy order because there was only one of them up, and he's worth 100 points towards the mission. Plus, he plays on the team. A lot of times these cards you need for missions, they won't play on your team, but he did. And then that allowed me to collect Tris Speaker. So Tris Speaker, I completed the mission. I did not buy him on the card shop because I couldn't afford him. So in the end, I sold 2 cards for 705,000K profit. And I bought 8 cards, or I got 8 cards for 696K, 10,000 left over. To me, that is how at lower levels in the game, that's how I would suggest you build a team. Hope you hit it big on a card. Now, yes, you do have to hit it big on a card, and I was extremely fortunate to hit that Sam Crawford. Without that Sam Crawford, I do not have the team that I have. But it happens once in a while. If it happens to you, that's how I would suggest you go about building your team. I'm no expert. Others would say keep it. But I think a lot of the top players in the game would say sell it if you're in gold or beneath. And yeah, you're not convinced there's anything more than historical silvers in packs? Yeah, we'll test that out in just a minute. All right, I am going to switch over to my perfect team. A sim is just coming in as it's the bottom of the hour. So that'll be a good time to get rid of this and present this one here. Hope you guys are doing well on this Boxing Day. If you're in Canada, let me know if you picked up any deals. Did you go shopping? If you're in the US, you guys go back to work on the 26th? What's typically the pattern of the schedule for you guys around this time? Because Canadians always get Boxing Day off. It's a holiday. So in the US, do you guys typically get this day off as well? Or are you back to work on Monday, the day after Christmas? Elijah, you had my heart pumping there. I thought you said you pulled a Ricky Henderson. You pulled the 59 Ken Williams. Excellent. The only limited edition card I pulled in 3 years was last week, and that was the silver. I can't remember who it was now. Dave Winfield, I think. Silver Dave Winfield. I don't know who that was, but I did pull an LE last week. Torgonia says, for your company, the holiday was Sunday, so you get today off, back to work Monday. Okay, so it all depends on whether it falls on a weekend or not. So really, if Christmas is on Wednesday, you guys go back to work on Thursday typically in the US? Unless, of course, you get, holiday time and you book off your own days. So yeah, it works out good for you Americans then that have today count as a holiday. Good for you guys. All right, let's take a look at lights, camera, action. I showed you the bulk of the good players on the team. So currently we have a 5-man rotation going in this season with Roger Clemens. That's the limited edition one. There's his ratings. Is his control great? No, it's really good. But we've seen pitchers now that are over 100 in all categories. But again, I'm in stone. Or now I'm in iron, I guess. I've got the perfect Cooperstown Sandy Koufax as my number 2 guy. Got a little bit of a deal on him. I got Vida Blue coming in at number 3. Very cheap if you're new to the game and you've got some perfect points and you're looking for a good pitcher to get you into gold. Vida Blue is a really good cheap option. Clayton Kershaw. I've got the Mission Clayton Kershaw as my number 4 right now. So if there is a weakness, it's that. But I'm in iron. That will be a bigger problem if and when I get to gold. And then I've got the Mission Kurt Schilling, who was in the bullpen yesterday, but comes out as my number 5 guy. In relief, I've got an iron card still. Noah Syndergaard is still in the lineup. He's been there pretty much from day one. He was on the TV show The Vikings. I've got the Mission, the 3rd best Nolan Ryan, I think it is. The first one that came out way back in May, and he is a good bullpen guy. The Mission, Pedro Martinez. New players, these are easy to get. You maybe 1,000 perfect points and you can get some of these Mission cards or less. I've got the 80, not the perfect, the 80 Satchel Paige in the pen from the movie Weenie Roast Massacre. I have Brandon Webb. Yes, that's right. It was a real movie, Weenie Roast Massacre. And I did get this off the card shop a long time ago. I think I paid $90,000 for it. So I got a good deal on this one. And he is my closer. So really happy with my pitching. I mean, I got lucky with the Sam Crawford, which allowed me to build this team. On the hitting side, Johnny Bench, Mike Piazza, who I showed you already. On stream, I pulled a Don Mattingly, so I'm using Don Mattingly, even though on the card shop, I could get 72,000. So here's another case of my drive for loyalty is conflicting with my greed for perfect points. He is in the catcher 5, Cooperstown 5 catcher category, which is Johnny Bench. But I've got Johnny Bench. So I really don't need Don Mattingly. I could scoop up that 72,000. And then I could go and I could look for another first baseman. And the guy that comes to mind, just like Vida Blue, is Willie McCovey, who I think is a definite upgrade on Don Mattingly. So Mattingly is so high because of his value in Cooperstown. People that want to complete it all to get the toppers. So that may be a move I have to do, is where I get rid of Mattingly and I bring in McCovey, and I still have 30,000 perfect points. Only one on the market. So that's something I'll consider off stream. He is a great first baseman to get. But again, that loyalty to players sometimes comes into play. Don Mattingly, look at his batting stats. He hit 368 last year, 342, 352. Yeah, I know it's stone and iron and rookie, but fielding, what's that been like? Not great. Negative. So there's my out. Don Mattingly, you are underperforming in the lower levels. So Don Mattingly, Don Mattingly. Gone. Spur of the moment, spontaneous decision. And Billy McCovey, who I checked has been in TV. Welcome to Lights, Camera, Action. So there we go. We've got a new first baseman. Someone got themselves a Don Mattingly for 72.5. And I don't really care what Mattingly does now with his new team. So I got to make sure I've got Willie in the lineup here. Going to move him up a little bit. Can't remember. It's been so long since I used him. Against the righties, he is much better. All right, we'll leave it like that for now, and we'll put him as the reserve. And he also can play left field, where Don Mattingly, all he could play was first base. And he'll be my first pinch hitter. So yeah, I've got McCovey, I've got Sisler. I don't mind. Hank Aaron can play first base in a pinch. So Mattingly bought McCovey, upgraded first base, and made 30,000 perfect points. To me, that seemed like the right decision. Now, look, talk about division of whatever you want to call it. Misery for 4 teams, 5 teams. Look at the division that Lights, Camera, Action are in this season. We are with, and we were off to a 5-1 start. Fantastic. We are with our rival, the The team that has beaten us in rookie, there's their little green tag, and we beat them yesterday. First 2 seasons, we were in opposite conferences. That's how we met up in the finals. This season, OOTP says, nah, you guys aren't going to meet up in the finals. You're going to be in the same division. Crazy, crazy. Oh, and not only that, we've got other theme teams. The ABCD Abyss, run by Mr. Devil Dog. Mr. Devil Dog's pretty good, from what I remember. And I believe Mr. Devil Dog pulled a Satchel Paige and a Josh Gibson. I could be wrong, but that name on EVC stream sounds familiar. So let's go check out if they're on this team. Are they on the ABC team? Nope. Don't see Satchel Paige there. How about for hitters? Nope. So maybe it was on a different team or he sold them off. I'm not sure. But Devil Dog, if you're in the stream, was that you that pulled the Page and the Gibson on Friday? So they are in our division. We've got the St. Louis Spirits, run by Alfred 13, who has won a Stone Championship and an Iron Championship already. So we've got a 2-time champion at the lower levels in our division. And to top it all off, you know how we have toppers for missions? Well, I've got a topper for you. EVC's Fernando Maniacs are in this division. And EVC's Fernando Maniacs won Stone a couple years ago. Yeah, I can't wait for his stream tomorrow. And he talk about this division that we are in. So it is going to be nuts. I'm hoping that 3 teams out of our division can make the playoffs somehow. But since we're going to have to play each other quite a bit, it's going to be a slugfest. So right now the Metropolitans are 5-2. EVC, is off to kind of a weaker start at 3-4. The ABCs, Mr. Devil Dog, 4-2, and we are one of the 3 teams at 5-1. Including, hey, I just noticed this. Let's go to the standings here. Another affiliate streamer with a theme team, Nersha Banco, who streams a few times a week with his league play, his online league play. He is at 5-1. So we have so many theme teams now that are created that the whole league is filled up with theme teams. We've got 32 theme teams here, except this one doesn't say TTC, so I'm not sure. Looks like it's a theme team, but I don't see the name or the TTC. So yeah, if you're wondering, hey, what's TTC? Well, that's a theme team. Yeah, it's going to be a crazy week in Iron. I will keep you guys updated. Who else do we have? Let's shout out a couple other names in there. In the other conference, we've got Cleveland, Pittsburgh. Show me your Tatis. Talk about a play on words there. We got another affiliate streamer, Tetsuiji, and his Bob team, where every player is Bob or Bobby. I don't even think he gets to use Robert. They all look like Bob and Bobbies. And whenever he pulls a Bob on stream, he yells out, Bob! He is in Iron. Really strong team that I met up against in Rookie, Jackie Robinson's Rumblin' Rookies. Any player that was a top 3 in Rookie of the Year qualifies for this team here. And yeah, Catch 22s come across them before. They have 3 championships, 2 at rookie and 1 at bronze. So they've moved down back to back to iron. So I'm sure EVC will talk more about this league tomorrow, as well as the diamond and gold and all those other leagues. So yeah, stay tuned for EVC. I believe he's streaming early tomorrow. I think you can catch him at 11 a.m. Eastern is when you can catch EVC. Yeah, he's got a little different schedule over the holidays. All right, before the break, and then we're going to get in the game. Let's open some theme team packs, see if we can improve our team, get any players that don't qualify that we can sell off, and have your card shop ready, because if it's a player I don't need or a duplicate, you get the Boxing Day sale from Lap. Here we go. Live silver. What do we got going on? I don't even know what I'm looking for. I guess Platinum 4 cards at any level would be cool. Wearing the Oakland jersey, so absolutely a Ricky Henderson LE would blow my socks off. And hey, speaking of Ricky Henderson and historical diamonds, remember, he would show up as a diamond card, I believe. Or maybe a perfect card, just the diamond rates. I'm not sure. But we got it. We got our first post-Christmas diamond card on the theme team. Is it someone I can use or someone that's going to get me 4,000 perfect points? Let's check it out. We have a quick sale. I never list the live diamonds because there's tons on the card shop going for minimum. Unless it's like someone that is qualifying for one of the awards from the missions last week. Nothing really there. Again, it's a Monday. Probably not going to get a lot of pack luck on Monday. Frank Warfield, a great bronze card. Lowest is 49. Last 10 is 36. You get him. You know what? It's the 26th today. You get him for the minimum. If you need Frank Warfield, go get him. Absolutely, Gorgo. He is a meta bronze. He is one of the, I think he and Delino DeShields is pretty good. The bronze Joe Morgan is a great card as well at second base. I won't sell off my irons today. All right, come on. Keep getting these faceless cards. But we do have our second last ad break coming up here, guys, so stay tuned. We will be back in about 90 seconds. Here is some messages from our Twitch sponsors. Be right back. And for those of you that are subscribers and not getting ads, you get a couple bonus packs. Let's see if we can pull something while the ads are on. If we do get a premium card, we'll hang on to it, though, till the ads are over. Yeah, so many options for Ace of Iron, Ace of Bronze, so many good cards that you can use. I would not recommend these two up here. If you don't have a face, you're not going to place. All right, we'll wait until the break is over in about 40 seconds. What kind of coffee are you sipping on today, Gorgo? What is the blend that you're going with that you've either had or are going to have very soon? All right, we are back, and I did open a few packs during the break for the subscribers that don't get the ads and get to keep on watching what's going on. For the most part, though, I pause and wait till the break is over. And I thought I'd pause on the this screen here because, again, OOTP, when I put on the Athletics jersey, it didn't mean give me tons of Athletic Live players. I want the Ricky Henderson. Pretty please? Late Christmas present? Santa dropping him off up in Canada? I'm talking to Gorgo about coffee, of course, and Gorgo is ending off his cup of Choco Raspberry. Yeah, he's teased me about that. That chocolate raspberry, great choice. Again, if Gorgo lived, half an hour away, I'm sure we'd meet up and have coffee and talk OOTP and, in the summertime, feed pigeons. And maybe we wouldn't go that far. All right, let's rip a few more packs on the theme team. Not getting anything yet, nothing that's going to qualify. But hey, I did upgrade my first baseman, and we got our first flat 4 card, a Billy Cox, who I've tried out in bronze. Another card that I think, you might want to test out in bronze. Rats that can fly. Oh, come on, Gorgo. They make such a nice cooing sound. It's so relaxing. Okay, how about we feed the ducks? Yeah, we can throw some breadcrumbs to the ducks. All right, we have our first gold card of the day, and that is going to be the one, the only Preacher Rowe. Now, here's a card that would make my team if he's been in movies. So I got to research him after. I'll write his name down, Preacher Rowe, because he would be a guy that replaced Noah Syndergaard, the Iron Noah Syndergaard. So I'll check him out later. Could be valuable. Is that an American thing? What's up with all you guys calling pigeons rats with feathers? All right, we're going to open about 10 more packs, and then we are going to get in the game, and we'll play a little bit of that until our last break, and then we'll do the giveaway for 20 packs to 2 different people. Five more packs to try and pull a premium card. I tend not to pull packs on Monday. We're not going to pull on the other 2 teams because I've never had pack luck on a Monday. I do really good on Tuesdays and usually Fridays for some reason. 2 more packs. We've got a build a lineup, Wade Boggs, who I have already. So if you're just building Wade Boggs and you need him, last 10 is 43. Lowest price is 65. Today's Boxing Day. It's the 26th. Once again, you get him for minimum. And a gold card. Second gold of the day. We've got a couple, one live, one historical. What do we got? Oh, we've got a really, really good future legend going for over 3,000 perfect points. Part of the future is now part of Swift and part of the future legends. Not a duplicate. I got to keep him. And I never end off on a premium card just in case we get on a roll. One more pack, unless it's premium. No. It is not premium. That's for sure. All right, so that is the Lights, Camera, Action update. Once again, we are in the division of doom, of everything that could be doom and darkness and bloodshed. We are in that division with the team I've met twice in the finals. Devil Dog, Mr. Devil Dog, EVC's Fernando Maniacs and the St. Louis Spirits. Should be quite the week in that division. And look at that. The limited edition Roger Clemens is leading WAR at 0.9. So yeah, I guess he's having a fun time in the lower leagues. Oh, I can't wait, Gorgo. I can't wait to see. Are you talking your Diamond, your Flames team? They're in quite the division. I'll stay tuned for your next show on Wednesday. I'll come check that out because, yeah, my division's really bad, but it's iron. When you get up to Diamond, that trumps iron, that's for sure. Ouch. Ouch. It's Monday, though. You know the old saying on Discord on Mondays. Just wait a day and things can change dramatically. All right, give me a minute here, guys, to get this next segment set up. Just need to do a couple things here. All right, we are ready to go, and we are going to play a little bit of my historical franchise series. I call it the Get in the Game Baseball League because you, as a viewer, as a follower, as a OOTP and baseball fan, you can get in the game and be part of this. And I've abandoned it for a little bit over the last couple weeks just because I'm on with OOTP to talk about. But I really want to start getting into a rhythm of streaming a little bit more of this series. So this is a series that I started in 1921 where major league players of the present and past are in the game. It is a random debut historical league. So that means that Roger Clemens could play in 1921 or Nap LaJoie or Babe Ruth or any player at any time. They could appear in the draft pool of this league. And to make it a little bit more interesting is I've asked you, the viewers, to create players to add to the draft pool. So every year when we do the draft, if you've created a player, they will start to appear and they might have to work their way up through the minors as EVC's player did, but eventually they should get into the league. I'm not going to give you a player that is someone that never gets out of rookie league. They will be someone that should get up to the majors within a couple seasons. So these are the batters that we have in play right now. Not as many pitchers that were created. Some of them were two-way players. And the names that you guys have come up with, fantastic, very cool. If you've ever seen the movie from about 20 years ago, Borat, where he goes to Kazakhstan, Borat is a catcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates. We have a cool nickname. We've got Bob the Vacuum Dyson, who's got quite a few accomplishments there in his 3 years with Brooklyn. We have the Cat Brothers, Tony the Cat, or Tony Cat Daddy Meow, who is a center fielder, and we have his brother Enzo the Cat's Meow in the league playing for the St. Louis Cardinals. We have a couple that we're following. Cool names. These are real baseball players that I added to the short list because I've never heard of them before. I'm learning so much about baseball history by playing this game. We have Egyptian Healy, real baseball player that played back in the late 1800s. So yeah, I added him to the short list just to see how he turns out. I also added real baseball player Pretzels Getzing. Pretzels Getzing, who played back in the late 1800s as well. So a German that played Major League Baseball back in the 1800s. Interesting. So I want to keep an eye on him. And the third real player that I added, see if I can find him here. Just because, as Gorgo knows, and if you play bronze tournaments, he is a meta home run stud of all studs. Wes Covington. He was in the draft pool this year, so I added him to the short list just to see if he does as well as he does in the game when we play perfect team. Can he be nicknamed My Wife? I don't know, Holler. I don't know. I don't know if that crosses a line. My Wife. Unless I'm missing something there. So, guys, we've got all these players that have been created in the last, what season? We're on season number 4 now. All these players that were created. You do get to create a maximum of 2 players. It can be a pitcher. It can be a hitter. And then you get to pick some of the attributes for that player. I am going to post the link to the Google form. And if you want to create a player for the next draft, go ahead. Please do that. And then when we get to the 1925 draft, we will make sure he gets in the game. Again, please be appropriate with the name that you choose. If it's something that I think crosses a line, I will not add it. This is just kind of for fun and something for you to kind of watch out for with your players as we go along. EVC's player, he created a guy named Blaze Von Brawls. The Puzzler is his nickname, and he struggled for a while. He was in AA to start with, hit 240. They promoted him to AAA, where he hit 303 and 338. And then he finally made it to the New York Giants, where he's hitting 273. So here's a guy that's paid a little bit of dues. A number 1 draft pick overall, actually second overall from France. We've got a French player from Montpellier, France. We've got Regis Escoffier, who I know that creator often is in the chat. Good to see that. Vince Jags Whirlwind, having a good career so far for the Washington Senators. And one of the other favorite names that we have is Roland Fizzlebeef from affiliate Tesuigi. Tesuigi created Roland Fizzlebeef, a catcher drafted by the Guardians. And to shout out a couple of our user pitchers, we've got Slam Bino Jr. playing for Cincinnati Reds, a two-way player, center fielder and a pitcher. Pugs Bailey got really good ratings there. Still has a little room to grow in movement and forkball. Having an outstanding career so far with the Yankees. All-star from this year, Kratos War, the starting pitcher for the All-Star team for the Washington Senators. 24 wins last year in his season. And we've got Mr. Audit's player, Henry Rowengartner, drafted by the Pittsburgh Pirates with the nickname Rookie of the Year. No accomplishments yet. He was drafted number 9th overall in the 1923 amateur draft. So there are a few of our players. If you are in the stream and I didn't talk about your player, just post it and I can look kind of quickly at his results. Lots of home runs from Rob Deere. You got that right, Gorgo. Covington, Rob Deere, Dave Kingman. Yeah. One tournament, Wes Covington had 16 home runs. Yeah, I'm curious to see how he does in a franchise series. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sim until the playoffs. Remember, this is 1925. So their playoffs were much different. We're only going to get the winner of each conference, the AL winner and the NL winner, which appears to be right now the Philadelphia Phillies and the Cleveland Guardians are at the top of each of their division. Ricky Henderson is leading the AL in stolen bases. How fitting, with 47. Honus Wagner leading the AL with average with 368. And Roland Fizzlebeef, Tessuiji's player, a 33-game hitting streak. Way to go, Tessuiji. Way to go, Roland. Kratos War leading the AL with a 2.89 ERA. And we have made it to the end of the season. So Cleveland Guardians are up against the Philadelphia Phillies. As I like to do, we've got to check out the rosters of those two teams and find out if we have some user-created players. So I think the best way to do that is to go to the lineup, and let's look at the batters first of all. Ryan Sandberg. Look at those accomplishments. This is a user-created catcher. Ryan already won 2 championships. That is a future Hall of Fame career. And yes, Hall of Fame is activated. So once your player retires, he could make our Hall of Fame. Who else do we got user-created? He is, looks like, the only user-created player on the Red Sox. Some other familiar names. We've got Casey Kochman. You might remember him. Bill Dallin in Perfect League quite a bit. Mike Tyson. We've got the non-boxing Mike Tyson. Miguel Tejada. Hank Bauer. We've got a Kirk Gibson. We have the 36-year-old hop home run hitter, Kurt Gibson. Smokey Joe Wood. He was really popular in Perfect League at the beginning with his Platinum 1 card. He's having an outstanding career. So batting-wise, some familiar names. Starling Marte for you Pittsburgh Pirate fans, 28 years old, but only one user-created pitcher or catcher is on the team, and he is the cleanup hitter against the righties and batting third against the lefties. Pitching-wise, Steve Carlton, 31-year-old Steve Carlton is in the World Series in 1925. Doug Fister, another Boston Red Sox, and appropriate, he is on the Boston Red Sox, 26 years old. Great name, Mudcat Grant. When did he play? He played in the 60s. Gorgo, do you remember a player called Mudcat Grant? Where did he play? It looks like he played in Cleveland, Oakland, Pittsburgh. One of the cooler names in the game. Esteban Loaiza, you'll recognize him. A Mexican player. More recent players, Alex Wood is on the pitching staff, but no user-created players. Interesting. Of all those user-created players I showed you, only one on the Red Sox. Oh, he was You remember him? Jim was his real name. Jim Grant. Yeah, cool. Those names of the past just are so awesome. And the team that they are facing, they're up against the Philadelphia Phillies. Let's see which user-created players are on the Phillies. Well, Rube Waddell is on the team. He is their ace. He's already won the Cy Young Award. Denny McLain, you might remember him. In the bullpen, they have Canadian from British Columbia, Canada, Eric Gagne, quality reliever. And we can't forget John Rocker. Yeah, I remember him. John Rocker. Atlanta. Yeah, I remember him from his Atlanta days. Also played for Cleveland, Texas, and Tampa Bay, it looks like. He had a pretty short career. 13 wins, 22 losses, 88 saves. Fairly decent ERA, 3.42. John Rocker. Reminds me of Charlie Sheen in that one movie. And wow, here's another name. I've never heard of it before. First time I've heard of this name. Hy Bithorn. Hy Bithorn. 1940s player for Chicago, the Cubs and the White Sox. So played his 4 seasons in Chicago. 34 wins, 31 losses, 3.16 ERA from Puerto Rico. I have to look more into this player because I've never heard that name. I don't think we've ever had a Hy Bithorn. I mean, it would be an iron card, but I don't recall ever seeing that name. Very cool. So no created pitchers on the Phillies. What about our hitters? Because this is a boring World Series with no created players. Bob Barton, a great bronze catching card in the game. Bob Barton, I've used him in tournaments. Nick Hundley, 32-year-old Nick Hundley. George Grantham, look at all the hardware he's taken home. Most valuable player in 1921. Rookie of the year in 1921. Where did he play? George Grantham. He was a Pirate, a Cub, a Red, and then finished with the Yankees, it looks like. No, the Giants. Finished with the Giants. Finished with a 241 average, but overall 302 average. So really good player in his day, George Grantham. Cool, Cicero. See, that's why I love when you guys, are doing things behind the scenes and educating me. I'm the student sometimes. So Hy Bithorn, the first ever player from Puerto Rico to play Major League Baseball. Very cool. Well, he's in the World Series in 1925. User-created players, we do have Moki Kojadomo, that one of you guys created. His nickname, the Magnificent. He is a shortstop, the 278 average this season. No awards. And Doc Gidge. Is that you, Cubs fan, Steve? That seems familiar. Doc Gidge is in the World Series. Philadelphia Phillies, 289 average this season, 1.6 WAR. Had 2 home runs. That is Steve. He's got 1 Great Glove Award. And I believe it's his first appearance. He's got some speed. What does stolen bases like? Caught 14 times and stole 14 times. So, Steve, you're 500 on the base path. And where are these players hitting? So we've got Doc Gidge in left field, Moki at shortstop, and Ryan Sandberg on the Boston Red Sox. Doc is leading off, of course, with that speed. He's leading off against lefties and righties, and Mookie is second. All right. Good to see. All right, let's get to the World Series. I'm not going to play them out. We're just going to look at the game logs of them. And let's play that first game. All right, we've got Rube Waddell up against Jamie Garcia, a name I remember. Jamie Garcia on the road in Cleveland, and game one. We are going to sim it out. 12-3. Oh, Doc Gidge goes 2 for 4 with an RBI, 2 walks, and Mookie 3 for 6, 3 hits, 2 RBIs. Rube Waddell is the pitcher or the player of the game in game one. Philadelphia looking for their first World Series. All right, let's go to the next one. Guy Morton, who is 22 years old, going up against Bert Gallia, 27 years old. We will quick play that out. We will look at the box score, and game two is another slugfest. 10-8. Wow. Doc Gidge goes 1 for 4, 1 hit, 1 run. Mookie 0 for 4, but does have a run and a walk. Player of the game goes to Roland Fizzlebeef. I missed him. That is Tesuiji's player for Cleveland. Roland Fizzlebeef. Somehow, I thought Boston Red Sox were in the final. My mistake. It is Cleveland in the final with Honus Wagner, Bo Bichette, and player of the game, Tesuiji's Roland Fizzlebeef. Went 4 for 6, 5 RBIs. Wow, what a game for Roland. In a losing cause, and Guardians are down 2-1, or 2-0. Oh, Cicero's got another update here. Hi, Bithorn. Another MLB player who met a sad end. At 35, he tried to make a comeback in Mexico. Oh no. Shot and killed by a police officer who tried to claim Bithorn attacked him. The officer was eventually arrested and convicted of murder. All right, not good to hear. We are on a break. We will be back in 90 seconds to finish off the World Series and do our draw for the 20 perfect, or not perfect packs. No. The 20 standard packs. I have to say, during that break, I was getting hungry. Gorgo talking about his Cincy chili. Wow. Your recipe is in the food channel of your Discord. There you go, guys. If you're looking for the Cincy chili, go check out Gorgo's channel in the Discord. If you can't find it, just shoot him a message, and I'm sure he'd direct you there, because, wow. Yeah. Gonna have to check that out. I love the chili. I love chili. Gorgo, just a man of all trades. He is a chef. He is a baseball genius. He is a quality streamer, affiliate streamer. So everyone here knows Gorgo. Unless you're completely new, you know Gorgo. But if you don't, if you do not know Gorgo, let me just do something here quick. And this is on the fly. Yeah, if you're unfamiliar with Gorgo, go check him out on Twitch. He will be streaming again on Wednesday. Give him a follow. He runs a contest on Sundays as well, so he has a giveaway to do on Sundays, and he loves to talk Reds and baseball and go over his teams. You know, sometimes he cries a little bit. Sometimes a grown man does have to cry with some of the pack luck that they get. But yeah, great, awesome guy. Go give him a follow. Loves food, loves to talk about food, loves to talk about what he's making that day. So go check him out. Gorgo 2005. All right, let's get back to the World Series. 2-0 for Philadelphia. And the team that's down 2-0 has Tesuigi on it. It's got Bo Bichette as a 22-year-old. It's got Honus Wagner as a 35-year-old. And here's another one for you, Cicero. Here's another one, because I have not heard this name either. Dummy Hoy. You gotta be kidding me. Gotta be kidding me. Dummy Hoy. Gotta check him out. He played a long time. We have not had a Dummy Hoy card. Correct me if I'm wrong. I do not remember a Dummy Hoy card. From 1888 down to 1902, played for the Reds, played for Washington, played for St. Louis, Chicago. So yeah, he's been around the league. Looks like he is a left fielder. Career batting average of 287, over 2,000 hits, 40 home runs, over 1,000 walks. So he must have pretty good eye. Yeah, he's got decent eye for that time period. Dummy Hoy is in the World Series. I learn something new every stream. The link to your Discord. Here's the link to your Discord. Yeah, I don't allow, if you want to, Gorgo, if you want to Discord that, DM that to me in Discord, I will absolutely copy and paste that over here. So Dummy Hoy was a deaf mute that played baseball. Really? Wow. Well, good for him, because he had a solid career. Played for a lot of teams, but really solid career. Yeah, Holler, good old, sensitive, old school player nicknames. I'm sure there were a lot of nicknames that the game could not use because of the, political correctness of a lot of things today. Dummy Hoy, though, I've never heard of him. That would be a cool card to have. And Cicero does have a story about him. Full name, William Ellsworth Dummy Hoy. Yeah, Gorgo is right. He was an accomplished deaf player in Major League history, credited with causing the establishment of signals for safe and out calls. Wow, how cool is that? That is my favorite moment of this stream. So the out and the may have been credited to Dummy Hoy and the fact that they needed to have some sign language for safe and out. Very cool. Thank you so much, Cicero, for posting that up. Let me just check something here quick as we kind of revel in the Dummy Hoy history. All right, so let's get back to the World Series. We'll play this out and then we will do our draw. Yes, if you are here, I am going to give out 20 standard packs, 10 to 2 different users, and we'll do that in about 15 minutes. Game 3, back in Philadelphia. They are up 2-0, and now they are up 3-0. Doc Gidge, 1 run. Kojidomo has 1 hit for Philadelphia, and they also have my favorite gold card in the game. My favorite gold card, Vern Steffens or Stevens. Great card. He can play shortstop. He can play third base. I just love this card when I was in the lower leagues or when I play perfect draft tournaments. Great card. On June 19th, 1889, he set the MLB record by throwing out 3 runners at home plate in one game, with catcher Connie Mack recording the outs. Wow. That is a player of players. Like that is a name that we should have in the game. First, probably one of the only deaf players. They could have created the out and safe signals because of him. And threw out 3 players, probably from left field. We need it. We need a dummy Hoy card in the game. I don't think that's too, politically incorrect for dummy Hoy. We should campaign for a dummy Hoy game. Unless that's politically incorrect. I don't know. I come from a different age. I'm a Gen Xer, so I'm not sure if that is an offensive term to use. But we could use his real name, William Ellsworth Hoy. Let's get a William Ellsworth Hoy card in the game. It would probably be, my guess, it would be a low bronze. Probably where he would be. Yeah, Gorgo's a boomer. Yeah, I'm Gen X, Gorgo's a boomer. So we come from a different time where different words and terms were used and not completely accepted, but they were more common in the past. Today it's very, very sensitive society, as it should be for many things. Absolutely. Denny McLean was the player of the game. Roland Fizzlebeef went hitless in this game, so Tesuiji did not contribute anything to the Cleveland scoreboard. As we move to Game 4, this could be the final game. Jamie Garcia back on the mound for Cleveland, and Denny LeMaster for Philadelphia. Let's see if the World Series is done. No, Cleveland. Do we have a reverse sweep coming up? Cleveland wins this game 5-3. We've got Honus Wagner went 2 for 3 for the Guardians. Roland Fizzlebeef 1 for 3. And for your Philadelphia Phillies, Doc Gidge, 1 hit in 3 appearances. They do. Philadelphia, how appropriate. Philadelphia has a Bryce Harper. A 30-year-old Bryce Harper is on the Phillies. Vern Steffens went 1 for 3. And our Japanese created player Kojidomo went 0 for 3. So Game 4, they're staying alive, goes to the Guardians. Game 5, Cleveland looking to stay in this series. They have Larry McKeon on the mound against Rube Waddell. I do not like this for Cleveland. You are going up against one of the premier pitchers, Rube Waddell, who went 24-11 this season. 3.3 WAR. He won Game 1. Can he close it out? Oops, I don't want to manage this. Let's quick play it. And we have a Game 6 coming up. Cleveland gets to Rube Waddell. Larry McKeon, the starter for Cleveland, is the player of the game. Rube Waddell gives up 14 hits, 4 earned runs. Wow, bad outing. Doc Gidge goes 1 for 3 for Philadelphia. Kojidomo, 1 hit. Bryce Harper goes 0 for 4. Vern Steffens, 1 for 4. And for your Guardians, Honus Wagner, 1 for 4. I thought it would be George Burns. This game is crazy. Again, there's a good chance there's going to be Georges in the game. He would be great on Lights, Camera, Action. George Burns. Wow, did he have a long career? Cleveland, Boston, Philadelphia, started in Detroit. 307 career average. Wow, George Burns was a good player. Born in Illinois. Okay. There's another one to kind of, his nickname is, I don't know how you pronounce that, Tioga George. Very cool. I just love coming across some of these names. So he was a first baseman. And Cleveland, again, makes a little closer. It is 3-2 as we move on to Game 6, the 1925 World Series. Philadelphia goes back to Cleveland, where they've had success. They won the first 2 games. Guy Morton on the mound for the Phillies. Bert Gallia back on the mound for Cleveland. Will we see a Game 7? Yes, we will. We are going to Game 7. The reverse sweep is still in motion. We have the Cleveland Guardians with a 4-3 win. Cleveland. George Burns 1 for 4. Roland Fizzlebeef 1 for 2. For the Philadelphia Phillies, Doc Gidge went 2 for 4, and then he was pulled. Kojadomo goes 4 for 5. He's got to be our player of the game, right? Nope. Irv Noren. Irv Noren went 4 for 4. Cleveland coming back here. Vern Steffens 2 for 3. So Philadelphia is in danger of being reverse swept. And here we have game number 7. Denny McLain for Philadelphia. He's 1-0 with a 1 ERA up against Lamar Hoyt. There's a name for you. Lamar Hoyt, what, from the 90s? 80s. He is the hopes and dreams of Cleveland. Will we have a reverse sweep, or can Philadelphia come back? We're going to look at the game log this time. It has not been stored? Well, that's no fun. Let's just go to the box score. And there we have it. Your Philadelphia Phillies come back and they take Game 7 of the 1925 World Series. Wow, that was a close one. Doc Gidge goes 1 for 4 for Philadelphia. Kojadomo goes hitless. Bryce Harper 2 for 4. Vern Steffens 2 for 4. George Grantham 2 for 4. And Nick Hundley, the catcher, 2 for 4. Denny McLain takes the win. Had an outstanding World Series. And Nick Hundley sets the NL playoff game record with 2 triples. Let's see if they announce the MVP here. Nope, not on that screen. Very, very cool. Let's look at the mail. And they don't announce it there. So what we're going to have to do is go into Philadelphia and quickly take a look. My guess is it's going to be the pitcher. Denny McLain. Nope. Could it be one of our user-created players? Doc Gidge? No, congratulations. By the way, congratulations, Cub fan Steve, for winning your first World Series with your created player. Doc Gidge. He hit safely in the last 4 games of the World Series. He had a double, couple RBIs, hit 289 on the season. And Vern Steffens was the World Series MVP. So it was Vern Steffens. Like I said, great, great gold card. Yep, Vern Steffens was the MVP. So that was fun. I learned about a couple of cool players. High and Dummy were the two kind of standout players there. And of course, George Burns. Whoa, we got a right up here. He got the first ever hit in Yankee Stadium. This is like cool trivia. And on September 14th of that year against the Indians, Burns turned an unassisted triple play. Only the fourth in Major League history. And the first by a first baseman. A triple play by a first baseman. In the second inning, he caught Frank Bauer's line drive, tagged Walt Lutski off first base, and actually ran to second base, sliding in before Rig Stephenson. I don't know why he wouldn't throw the ball unless there was no one around it. Thank you, Cicero. Thank you for that information on those three players. Extremely cool. Yeah, really cool. All right, where are we doing here for time? And I'm just going to check if anyone else is streaming right now. And we did not look at the Gladiators or the Blue Jays. We will do that tomorrow. And it doesn't look like we have any other affiliates streaming. There is someone streaming OOTP, Seniot, but I'm not familiar with that person, so I don't feel comfortable rating into them if I'm not familiar with their content. So once we finish the draw, we will end off and back tomorrow. 11:15 Mountain, 1:15 Eastern. And then I've got a little bit of online Boxing Day shopping. I've got to look for some more, want to look for some more electronic equipment.